and welcome back to the Shit Behind the Show, everyone. New topic today. So before I get started, just want to throw out some gratitude. Thank you to all of you that like, listen, subscribe. Please go check me out on YouTube, subscribe. I'm on TikTok, the Shit Behind the Show and Tan and Blonde. YouTube is Tan and Blonde, Instagram, the Shit Behind the Show, and Facebook, the Shit Behind the Show. Holy cow, I have a lot out there. So let's get started. New topic. I have been having fun, like I said, doing this every day. It's been a lot of fun, and I do appreciate all of you who are tuning in. You're awesome. So this week I decided to discuss something that is so true to my heart, something I have been working on for the last 6-7 years, and it's relationship with self and how to build that relationship with yourself. I hear it all the time. You can't have a good relationship with others until you have one with yourself. I kind of disagree with that. I feel like you can be in a relationship with someone and still develop that self-love and still be working on yourself. I plan on continuing the self-development, having a relationship with me. At the end of the day, I've discussed this before. I discuss this with my guy. He is not in charge of my happiness. He only adds to it. I am in charge of my happiness. And so are all of you. You have a choice each day. Are the things that are happening to you, are they just that, happening to you, for you? Are they going to bring you down? Are you going to let them stop you? Are they going to help you progress and find that as an opportunity to grow? The choice is up to you. It's not up to anyone else. Can people have negative feedback in our life? Absolutely. Again, opportunity for growth. Maybe we don't share those things with some people if they're going to have negative comments on what we're doing in our life. Because at the end of the day, all you got is you, and it is your life to live and build. So again, that's just my opinion. I know a lot of stuff on social media. You see the memes and the therapists and blah, blah, blah. Coaches say you can't have a real relationship until you have a relationship with yourself. I do believe that it is very important to cultivate a relationship with you and oneself before you can be whole for someone else and have more to offer. I talk a lot about my journey, and I do have a program that I've decided I think I'll throw back out there at some point. I'll let you all know when I do. But I do have a program, a coaching program, where I have the steps for getting back out there after divorce and breakup and getting over it, and also developing the self-love. I have this program because it worked for me. I have followed these steps for myself, and I have seen the progress within me. And for me, it was getting back out there after divorce. It was divorce. It was falling apart. It was my whole life just being rearranged and reconstructed. But I know, a lot of you that are married and have been for a long time, and people change and we evolve, and it gets to a certain point in your life where a lot of us are like, there's so much more out there for me. Can you have a partner while you're developing this? Absolutely. For me, again, it was being completely heartbroken, falling on my ass, rock bottom, I guess, at times, and just looking up thinking, okay, there's more out there for me. There's got to be more I can do. I've got to stop repeating these patterns. I have to develop self-love, because I absolutely do believe in the law of attraction. If you don't truly love yourself and you are not setting boundaries with yourself, you are not respecting yourself, you are absolutely not going to find a partner that does so. And as you know, those of you that have been married or in long-term relationships, you know that we evolve and we change as separate humans as well as in our relationships. So I would encourage those of you that have been in long-term relationships to also develop this self-love. I know for a fact, because I'm doing it, that it will absolutely help your relationship. I can say with full honesty that I now have the best relationship I have had since my divorce. That did not come without us falling apart a couple times and coming back together. Hard conversations, setting boundaries. But first and foremost, I feel like he and I are pretty confident within ourselves. We have conversations about boundaries, triggers, all of those things. And I truly believe that we could not be successful having those conversations and being vulnerable with one another if we didn't appreciate who we are on the inside and love ourselves. So that is something that I learned. And I will tell you, this self-love journey sounds funny. I know it's so cliche right now, but it is the one thing in life, not the only, but one thing in life that I am so damn proud of for myself. I have a confidence within that is screaming louder than ever, as opposed to growing up as a child who was very shy and quiet and just sat in the corner and let everybody else be the center of attention. I still don't love to be the full center of attention, which is funny because I throw my stuff out there all over social media. But if you know me personally, and you know that when I first meet people, I'm very quiet, and then I can be the life of the party and out there and loud, but I don't need all of the attention, and I don't like to have the spotlight on me unless I am teaching or helping. So it's funny, but that's the little girl inside. That's my inner child. She's very quiet and reserved, and she's always thinking. She's always like got the next move, and she still lives in here. Love that inner child. So the greatest soil for growth is when you are focusing on you. And I'm telling you, this is a challenge at first. It feels silly. I have had this discussion in the past when I was coaching a lot, which, by the way, I'm planning on getting back into that realm. But I would discuss the different types of rituals that I had for myself. That sounds really witchy, not rituals, but kind of. Every morning I have a quote unquote ritual. I have, things that I say to myself. I have goals written down that I read. Again, law of attraction. I meditate. But when I first started all of this and I really looked in the mirror, I discussed years ago, probably, it's been a while on my show, how I remember standing in the mirror and looking at myself after completely just feeling defeated by heartbreak. I mean, defeated. We're talking not leaving the bed for a month, just so sad. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, I don't even know who you are. I don't even know what you want from life. I don't even know what your goals are, your desires. I've never looked into those eyes and saw your beauty. And I remember just sobbing and just staring at that human that was staring back and just saying, I am so sorry. And this is a true story. This was one of my moments in life that I'm so proud of, but it was so damn hard because it was painful. It was so painful to look at her and just say, I've been neglecting you. I mean, think of, those of you that are parents, think of your child and just feeling like, I've neglected you and ignored you for all of these years. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you like. I don't like you, haven't liked you. Can you imagine the pain? That is what it felt like, for real. It was such an eye-opening moment. And again, when I have told some of my clients or some of my friends how I got into this space, they've literally looked at me like, that feels too silly. I'm not doing that. Talking to myself in a mirror, And some of the different exercises that I have practiced to get here, they just think are so silly, but I'm telling you, come to me. I will help you. I will help you create the foundation in your life of self-love that you never had before. And I promise it will help you in career. It will help you with your family relationships. It will help you with your romantic relationships. It will help you with your health. I have seen a tremendous difference. Does that mean that life doesn't throw shit at me sometimes? Absolutely not. I have been sharing with all of you very vulnerably that last year just flat out fucking sucked. And I have no better way of saying that. It was devastating in so many areas of my life. I can honestly say, except for family, I've got a great foundation there. I am the queen. I've got some amazing children, bonus children, grandchildren, my family, extended family, brothers, parents, all just amazing people. That part was fine. But my health, my romantic relationship, my career, all three of those just fell to pieces. It was devastating. It was hard. And if I didn't have the connection that I have with self and have the relationship that I have with self, I'm telling you, there were some dark days that I don't know I could have made it through. Seriously. And that's not to say I did not have my days. I did. I had to have a major surgery, and there were a lot of days that I was just in bed, and I do remember it getting pretty dark. I do remember thinking, I'm all alone. I had gone through a breakup. I had gone through all of this health stuff. I still wasn't out of the woods with that. I was still going in and getting blood work and infusions and had surgery, which was a major recovery process. And then career fell apart. I found my whole life just changing. And if I didn't have the tools that I've created for myself and others to really dive into who this girl is and really just think, okay, honey, you got this, it's going to get better, I don't know where I would be today. Let's talk about major depression. That's probably where I would have been. And it saved me, truly saved me. The self-love that I have within, the relationship I have with this girl saved me. So it's very important. When I first started the relationship with self and self-love and all of that, and diving into what I want in life and really giving that child within, the child to the core, who Christine is, I call her Inner Christine, I had to really think about, where has my path derailed and why? And again, it was painful. It was trying to discover who I really am and what I really want in life. But it started with just completely like taking a step back, being very, very self-aware and looking at my life and myself and thinking, okay, I'm clearly going through this repetitive pattern of finding the wrong partners. I'm not sure what I wanted to do in career. It was just this everyday mundane, like, yep, I'll go work for someone else. I'll do this A, B, C, and D, and then go home. And that was it. I didn't feel fulfilled. My heart wasn't singing. I didn't look in the mirror and see beauty ever, ever, ever. I had such negative talk about myself, such low self-esteem, no confidence, that I was like the poster child for someone who needed to correct this and discover self-love. So, about that, back to how we're going to help you gain that. I kind of go on a tangent sometimes, so sorry. So, first of all, the second you start putting energy into building self-trust and the relationship with yourself is so exciting, and it's so important to send that out to the universe like, hey, look, I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to accept all of the great things in life. I'm ready to give this person the love and joy that they deserve. And I'm ready to attract all of this abundance and greatness into my life. If this is not your language, put it into a language that works for you. Maybe you're just saying to yourself, I'm ready to put in the work to discover me. I'm ready to pave the way to where I want to be, my destiny in life. It is never too late, by the way. Never too late to gain self-love and to follow a path that you create for yourself and follow your dreams. Don't stop ever, ever, ever. You have one life. Who says that you have to accomplish certain things at a certain time in your life and you have to follow a timeline? You are unique. You are your own person. You're doing this on your own journey, your own timing. It is so exciting to follow your own path and not follow someone else's. It is, I'm telling you, so freeing. So set the intention. Push past those fears. What will people think of me? I remember buying my first home as a single female. Felt impossible. I had so much fear. I remember going into the office one day and the men saying, you're dumb. You can't do that. There's no way you can afford a house on your own. There's no way you can do it. Gentlemen, I bought a house on my own and I actually sold it also a few years later to move to a different area. And I actually got a lot of money out of that house. So I did it. Even after people were telling me I couldn't, because I had gained that self-love and self-trust and I was pushing the fear to the side. I was letting go of the fear. Keep reminding yourself that you can and you have a healthy relationship with self. Keep talking to yourself. Connect to your body. For me, this meant meditating. This meant fully listening to my gut feelings. This meant listening to Abraham Hicks every day, Joe Dispenza. If you're not one that's into listening to that kind of stuff, maybe it's your favorite music. Maybe it's your favorite podcaster. Just kidding. Maybe it's your therapist. Maybe it's just going on a bike ride. Maybe it's just going on a drive. Connect to body and really, really search within. Really think, okay, I'm going to go back to, I'll just use me as an example, inner Christine, little Christine. When she was a child, what did she dream of? What were the daydreams? And get back into those daydreams. Get back into, okay, self-discovery. Who am I? This is so exciting. What do I want? Where do I want my path to go? In partner, in myself. Maybe it's fitness. I have been pretty fit my whole life, and I've been working out since I was in my 20s. I would go a year to a not, but for the last, probably 8 years, I've been pretty consistent. The only thing that has sent me back is my health. But that is one thing that makes my heart sing. I love to be fit. I love to work out. I love when I see progress. It really sings to me. The podcast, obviously, was something that I started and decided, okay, I love this. I want to continue to do this. This is something that people get something from, and it makes my heart sing to help people. It makes my heart sing to see others get something from something I have said or taught them and actually implement that into their lives and see progress within. I love hearing the wins. If any of you have any wins, I don't care if you got the advice from me or not, please share. I'd love, love, love to hear people say, I'm winning in life. I've turned this around. I've turned that around. I feel differently about myself. I've gained self-love and self-acceptance, which is so important. So connect to your body. When do you feel the most connected? What are those things in life that you do that just bring a smile to your face and make your heart sing? Another thing that really just makes my heart sing is seeing those sweet grandbabies of mine. Oh, they are just the best. Ladies and gentlemen, the best part of life is being a grandparent. And when I see those faces light up to see me, I cannot even describe. I can't. If you're a grandparent, you know, just the joy that it brings me. My kids, oh, I have the most amazing 3 sons and 2 daughter-in-laws that a phone call, a text, visiting with them, any of them just brings me joy. They bring me joy, and I love to reach out to them and hear their wins, and that brings me joy. So find those things that you can connect to that make your days better and really express the joy from inside. You know, maybe take a step back, and I would suggest you journal this part. Take a step back and journal, write down, even discuss, say to yourself, these are the areas that I want to rewire and fix, and I want to be on a better path, and this is how I got there. I know for me, I attracted some pretty abusive fellas, and it was repetitive. It just kept happening, and finally one day it was like something snapped, and I remember just telling myself, it literally out loud, saying, you've got to fucking figure this out. Is this something you're doing? You can't always blame everyone else. Again, you are in charge of your happiness. You are in charge of your sadness. You are in charge of your grief. You are in charge of the road that you're going down. Others may be tools for that, and they may come along and derail you for a minute, but it is a choice. If you do not have confidence and self-love, you are going to attract those that bring that into your life, that don't respect you, that don't respect your boundaries, and that treat you poorly. You're going to attract those people that feel that way about themselves as well. And I am telling you, if that is not the most toxic situation ever, it is so detrimental in life. Again, I did it the hard way, so I can teach you all how to do it the easier way. You're welcome. It's amazing that I'm even still here, because I hit rock bottom a couple times, and I've learned lessons the hardest way ever. And so for me, it was just like, okay, I am rock bottom again. I have fallen on my ass. I'm heartbroken. All that comes from this is either up or stay. There's no down. I'm down. I'm either going to grow from this, or I'm going to stay in this shit. And staying in that shit was not something I wanted to do. I was done. And if any of you are in that spot in life, I am telling you, I feel for you. It is hard. It is painful. It is sad. It is a dark place, but it's exciting because you can soar. You can soar from here. You can thrive from here. You've been through it, so you know where you don't want to be anymore or again. And that's exciting. Connect to that inner gut, that inner child, that inner person. It is time for you to give that inner you the attention that they deserve. Like I did inner Christine. It was time for me to just have that discussion with her, sit her down and say, honey, I got you. I got you. And if that means cutting people out of your life, if that means switching careers, if that means moving, do whatever it takes to make your heart happy. If that means apologizing to some that you don't speak to anymore, that it's causing friction in your life and sadness, whatever it may be, really hone in on that and really tune in to that inner being and that inner child, and just learn to embrace them, love them, hug them, talk kindly to them, and set those goals. Make a list, write those goals down. Daydream, 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 daydream. My guy laughs at me sometimes. This is where we're different, and it's just fine. Because I always tell him, I live in Delululand. He's like, you go live in Delululand. I don't. His life is great the way he has gotten down the road that he's on, the path he's on. I choose to do it differently. At the end of the day, don't tell him, but we're both manifesting the same, just in different ways. He sets goals for himself. He's very analytical. Christine is crazy and all over the place. And it works. I love it. But yeah, he gets a laugh out of me sometimes. He's like, oh goodness, you're so silly, child. And I'm like, I know, but you love me and I'm cute. And he agrees. No. And so you may get that feedback from some people, like, you're crazy. You're crazy. If it isn't in front of you, if you've created the life in the past that you have today, you can't change it. One other word of advice, and then I'm going to let you all go. The past is the past, leave it there. That is the number one suggestion that I have to everyone, including myself, all the time. I do go back to the past sometimes, and it is hard. There's regret, there's guilt. Give yourself grace. Don't live in the past. Leave it behind you. That is one area that my guy and I do agree very much. So today's a new day. It is time to rewrite your story. It is time to clear that slate and start over with a new canvas. You're good. You can paint a new picture. Really, really, really learn to love that person within and follow that inner child's dreams. So that's all I have for today. Join me next time, especially with this topic. I have so much to say. Thank you again. So much love to you all. And until next time, love you. Bye.